Deep within the perpetual violet mists of Aurelia's twilight ring, there exist regions that even the most seasoned explorers dread to enter. These are the silent caves, vast subterranean crystalline cathedrals buried miles beneath the surface, where the light of the twin suns has never touched the ground. But in these depths, it is not the darkness that terrifies, it is the silence. In every other biome on Aurelia, life is a cacophony. From the roaring sandstorms of the dayside to the rhythmic bioluminescent pulses of the shadow forests, the planet breathes with noise. Yet the moment you cross the threshold into the silent caves, the world simply stops. High-sensitivity acoustic sensors return nothing but a flat, haunting line. This is not the silence of an empty grave. It is a deliberate, biological suppression of sound. Our attempts to map these caverns using long-range reconnaissance drones have met with a nearly 100% failure rate. As a drone penetrates the first 500 meters of the crystalline, jagged arches, the LiDAR sensors begin to flicker and warp. Compass needles spin in frantic, useless circles, as if the planet's magnetic poles have been violently bent out of shape. Radio signals, meant to bridge the gap between the surface and the deep, vanish into a void of impenetrable static. The last data packets recovered from these lost units reveal a chilling anomaly, a persistent, rhythmic ultrasonic frequency. It is a cold, mechanical heartbeat of electromagnetic energy, a signature not of shifting tectonic plates, but of a consciousness. This is the sanctuary of species number 02, a creature that does not merely survive within its environment, but actively rewrites the fundamental laws of physics to suit its presence. It does not hunt with the brute force of a predator or the stealth of a ghost. It dominates through an invisible, radiating power that ripples through the very air. In the presence of this entity, every other living thing has learned to be silent, for to make a sound is to invite the attention of a mind that sees far more than eyes ever could.
Welcome to the domain of Mewron, the neural sovereign, a master of the threshold between biology and force, whose existence challenges everything we thought we understood about evolution in the Infinite Cradle. When the violet mist finally parts, the creature that emerges does not resemble any known biological lineage on Aurelia. It is not a beast of burden, nor a creature of claw and scale. It is Mewron. Standing over 2.5 meters tall, its posture is hauntingly bipedal, possessing a poise that borders on the regal. Yet its elegance is deceptive. To look upon Mewron is to look upon a biological machine pushed to the absolute limit of evolutionary possibility. The first thing that strikes an observer is the dermis. Its skin is not made of the rugged hide seen in the dayside titans, nor the camouflaging scales of the twilight stalker. Instead, Mewron is draped in a smooth, translucent membrane that resembles polished white porcelain. This skin is nearly frictionless and serves as a high-performance insulator against the extreme electromagnetic fluctuations of the silent caves. But the skin is only a window. Beneath this semi-transparent layer lies the true engine of Mewron's power. There is no heavy musculature here. Mewron does not rely on the clumsy force of contraction and release. Instead, its entire body is a dense, intricate labyrinth of glowing neural filaments. These are bioorganic superconductors, pulsating with a rhythmic, azure violet light that follows the creature's breathing. Every movement Mewron makes is the result of a precise electrical impulse traveling through a nervous system 1,000 times more conductive than any known vertebrate.
As the camera zooms in to the base of its skull, we find the neural cable. This is a singular thick bundle of exposed nerve endings that extends from the base of its spine, trailing behind the creature like a graceful prehensile tail. However, it is far more than an appendage. This cable is a biological interface. By making contact with the mineral-heavy floor of the caves or the planet's magnetic ley lines, Mewron can literally plug into the magnetic core of Aurelia. It draws raw planetary energy into its system, recharging its internal electrolyte sacs and turning its entire body into a walking, breathing capacitor. Perhaps most unsettling is the head. Mewron possesses 4 eyes, 2 primary orbs for standard light detection, and 2 smaller, recessed sensors capable of seeing the world in pure electromagnetism. To Mewron, the world is not a collection of shapes and colors. It is a tapestry of energy, currents, and frequencies. It sees the heartbeat of a prey item through solid rock. It senses the firing of a drone's processor from miles away. It is a design of terrifying perfection. Mewron is a creature that has traded the durability of the flesh for the supremacy of the mind, evolving into a being that is more energy than matter. Mewron does not navigate the world through the clumsy friction of the ground. While it possesses limbs capable of bipedal movement, it rarely utilizes them. Instead, it achieves what can only be described as a state of constant, effortless biomagnetic levitation. By manipulating its internal polarity against the intense magnetic ley lines of the silent caves, Mewron creates a localized repulsion field. It glides inches above the crystalline floor, a silent phantom moving with a fluid, frictionless grace that defies every terrestrial law of motion. To see Mewron in flight is not to watch an animal jumping, but to witness a master of gravity itself. However, this elegance masks a terrifying capability known as neural jamming. Mewron is not a creature of tooth and claw. It is a predator of the mind. Its ability to dominate the food chain is demonstrated when it encounters another nightmare of the Twilight Ring, the Gangrox. A Gangrox is a shadow-based organism, a master of ambush that relies on bioelectric stealth to catch its prey. But in the presence of Mewron, stealth is an illusion. Mewron does not need to turn its head to see the attacker. Through its recessed electromagnetic sensors, it feels the Gangrox's synaptic firing like a flare in the dark. The confrontation is brief and utterly one-sided. Mewron does not strike. It does not even move its arms. Instead, it focuses its neural superconductors into a single, high-frequency electromagnetic surge. This is a targeted neural jam. The air between the two creatures ionizes, glowing with a faint violet hue as the pulse travels at the speed of light. For the Gangrox, the world ends in a microsecond. Its nervous system is instantly overwhelmed by a cascade of raw bioelectric data. Its muscles lock in a state of permanent seizure. Its sensory organs are flooded with white noise. The shadow predator is frozen in mid-strike, its brain literally overloaded by Mewron's superior frequency. Mewron does not kill for hunger. It kills to maintain the purity of its space.
With a slight shift in its magnetic field, Mewron pushes the paralyzed Gengrox aside. It doesn't stay to feed. It doesn't look back. It simply continues its journey, drifting deeper into the dark, a god of energy indifferent to the struggle of the flesh. In this domain, Mewron doesn't just win the fight. It decides that the fight never even begins. Your own nervous system, designed to keep you alive, becomes a weapon that Mewron turns against you the moment you enter its aura. The most disturbing question regarding species 02 remains unanswered. How did Mewron evolve? In the brutal, chaotic crucible of Aurelia, natural selection is a messy process of trial and error. Evolutionary trees are typically jagged, filled with junk DNA and inefficient leftovers from forgotten ancestors. But Mewron is a biological outlier. It displays a level of structural efficiency that borders on the impossible. When our research teams managed to recover stray epithelial cells from a crystalline surface Mewron had glided past, the genetic sequencing revealed a terrifying truth. Mewron's DNA possesses a mathematical precision that lacks the genetic noise found in every other organism in the Infinite Cradle. Its genome is clean, optimized, and hauntingly deliberate. In the world of xenobiology, this is the equivalent of finding a perfectly functioning clockwork mechanism in a field of raw iron ore.
Search as we might through the fossilized strata of the silent caves, there is no evidence of a missing link. There are no primitive ancestors, no smaller, less capable versions of this neural titan leading up to its current form. Mewron appeared in the geological record abruptly, as if it were placed there, fully formed and already at the apex of its power. This has led to the synthetic origin theory, the whispered belief among the Aurelia Atlas research teams that Mewron is not a product of natural birth, but a legacy of what came before. Could Mewron be a biological safeguard, an organic artificial intelligence designed by a civilization that vanished long before the first sun rose on the day side? Its ability to interface with the planet's magnetic core suggests it may have once served a functional purpose, a living regulator for Aurelia's volatile energy fields. Or perhaps it is an accidental masterpiece, a singular 1 in a billion mutation triggered by the unique concentrated radiation of the twilight ring. Whatever the truth of its origin, Mewron seems aware of its own distinction. When it encounters our cloaked observation drones, it does not react with the skittish curiosity of an animal. It stares into the lens with its 4 violet eyes, its neural filaments pulsing with a calm, rhythmic intensity. There is a cold, calculating recognition in that gaze. Mewron does not look at us as a specimen to be feared or a predator to be avoided. It looks at us like a judge assessing an inferior species that has wandered into a sanctuary where it does not belong. As we begin the long ascent back through the crystalline arches and out of the silent caves, the crushing atmosphere of the deep begins to lift. The electromagnetic static clears, and our sensors return to their normal, rhythmic hum. But the experience of encountering species 02 leaves an indelible mark on the mind. To see Mewron is to realize that life on Aurelia is not just a struggle for survival. It is a manifestation of power that we are only beginning to comprehend.